Hello again, it's the Charioteer. I'll be doing a review of the Gothic Tarot. It's going to be illustrated by Joseph Vargo and the interpretations by Joseph Aurelio. This will be a flip-through review and kind of a practical on the Gothic Tarot. Now, if you get it just off Amazon and you just get the box of cards, what it comes with is this tiny little book here, and it goes right into it. Not a lot of background, and that's about it. It gives you the like one spread and very minuscule definitions for your cards here, and they're not real departures from the normal traditional definitions. So let's just do an example. I'll tell you the difference. Show you the difference between the book here that is extra. The cards themselves are about, I don't know, $12, $13. The book is about another $13, $14 on Amazon. Well, I'll show you the main difference between what you get when you get just the cards. I'll be showing you the cards later. We'll flip through all of them to see if there are some cards that you might like. The images are kind of cool, but it's not what I would call a beginner deck. There's a lot of images that are just, like Three of Pentacles is just Three Pentacles. It's just not really a pictorial deck in a lot of ways. Some of it is and some of it isn't. But let's do an example comparison between the book and what you get if you just get the cards. And like for the full, the divinatory meaning, let's see. The beginning of a journey, delving heedlessly into the unknown, a leap of faith, a folly, one who is naive, seeking experience. And the reversed is unsure, careless, neglectful, vain, and apathetic, which are pretty much standard kind of definitions for like Rider-Waite. But you go ahead and get their book, and we'll go to the Fool here. You get a giant blow up of the card. It's all black and white though. There's no color illustrations in the book. And then you get some background on the card, where the illustration came from. Gives you a big synopsis of the picture, who did the artwork, when the artwork was done, that kind of thing. So there's a lot more than just the little blurb you get in here. And the definition for your divinatory meaning is a paragraph as opposed to a couple of sentences. It's like the divinatory meaning for this, as opposed to your two sentences in here. It's a little more to the picture. It says, you're on the threshold of a mysterious new stage in your life. You will traverse unfamiliar territory, but do not lose sight of your goal. Look to the lessons you have learned from past experiences to help you overcome future obstacles. A sense of solitude or self-reliance may pervade as you enter into this new venture, but you are not alone. A companion lends support and accompanies you during this time, offering guidance when needed. However, the path you take will ultimately be one of your own choosing. The Fool represents the seeker of wisdom who gains knowledge from everything that surrounds him. So remember that even the most difficult times can teach you valuable lessons. If this card is reversed, it denotes insecurity, carelessness, lack of focus on your goal. That is a huge difference from the little, you can see the giant versus the minuscule definition there. So if you really like the deck and the images I'm about to go through, I highly suggest getting the book. The book also has a lot more spreads. The Vampire's Kiss is kind of unique to this. I think it's taken from another one, just interpreted differently. You got the pentagram, Gothic arch. You got a little bit about the illustrator and the guy who did the interpretations and did divinatory meanings on the deck. Celtic Cross. This is the only one you get if you get the little pamphlet. And you get a couple more spreads that are, centric to this deck. So, if you like the images, I would highly suggest getting the book. Let's go ahead and do a quick flip through. This is the back of the card. They're pretty good cardstock. I wouldn't say super thick, a little bit thicker than your average. And this is a comparison to an average playing card. So, taller and wider. Okay? This is the back. And then we'll just go through the cards real quick. Alright. I'm trying to hopefully make sure the camera focuses good on each of them. Now, the major arcana, not real giant departures from Rider-Waite. Big departures will be coming in the minor arcana. Some are Rider-Waite-ish and a lot are not. Now, when you go look through the book, the big book, it really helps you understand the images the artist has chosen for this deck a lot better. So, if you like the deck, I would highly suggest getting the companion book. You don't need it. It just makes, I think, remembering the meanings of the cards a little better, a little easier to remember. You know. You know, if you're into the Gothic thing, these might be for you. I like this tower here. It's more of a castle. You do get the lightning strike, but I don't see anything crumbling or anything. But you know, so it's not exactly Rider-Waite, but it's close enough. Mostly in the major arcana, they're close enough. Now, if you've already got a solid foundation, which I suggested in one of my beginner lessons, is get the Rider-Waite, get to know those definitions, and go from there. This wouldn't be that hard of a deck because you've already got your basic meanings, committed to memory. And this is the world card. You basically got like a good and evil theme here. I'm not sure where you're getting the world out of this, but again, if you already know your basic meanings, then you're pretty much good to go. I think all the knaves are gargoyles in this deck. See now the traditional Two of Wands, you got a guy looking over a wall holding a globe. It kind of gives you a hint as to what the card means, and this is just, okay, you got two wands here. So you're gonna have to really do some studying, and I definitely get the book if you really like these cards. But the images are they're pretty cool. I could see using them. Yeah, this is close to Rider-Waite here. Some of these are too far off. You can kind of extrapolate between the two. I think the swords, more than any of the other minor arcana in this deck, stay much closer to the Rider-Waite images. once you get going into the minors. This one is not that close though, but you know, 3 definitely, almost exactly. It's pretty close. Now, in the traditional, the 7 is the thief. I'm not sure how you extrapolate that other than you just know, you know. So you're either going to have to study this deck real hard with the book, or you're going to have to already kind of know the definitions, and you've started developing your own intuitions already on the cards. So this is not what I would call a beginner deck. This is real close to the original right away here. So these are kind of big cards. If you don't have big hands, they may be a little difficult to shuffle. Let's do a little shuffling here. Let's see. Yeah, my hands just kind of get to them. They're not. Yeah, I don't like to do the reverse on that because that kind of wears your cards out quicker. But you know, let's see here. Not too hard. If you got tiny little hands though, I can see it being a little difficult. This has been the Charioteer, and this is my review on the Gothic Tarot. And if you'd like a reading with the Gothic Tarot or any other decks I've featured, please, it would help me out greatly if you liked and subscribed. But you don't have to. But a like and subscribe would help me out a lot. We'll go to the About section. Send me an email and I'll give you a free reading. Just give me a name and a question and we'll go from there, and I'll get it up on the channel as quickly as possible. Thank you. This has been the Charioteer.